Okay.
There we are.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
Yep. So we are
Okay.
officially live now.
Alrighty. Okay. Let
Yep.
me see if
So we'll wait for hopefully some folks to show up.
okay.
Um, I did a sample with the kit.
Uh-huh.
With the April Mixed Media Kit is what I
Uh-huh.
created this tag with.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be using the mixed media kit too, but our tag's going to look a little bit different. This one's a little light and shabby chicish.
That
Our
is
one we're
really
going to
pretty.
create today is going to be a little on the grungy side.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Plus, I've got new product that I'm trying out on it too. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's something
Oh,
new on the tag that we're going to create today. That's new product that I'm trying, and
uh-huh.
actually new tools as well. But we can actually talk about the tools.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But I was gifted some brushes, for our mixed media kit from Silver Brush.
Okay.
They
Uh-huh.
sent me a sample of brushes, from CHA, from not CHA, from Creativation.
Oh,
Because it's Creativation is now a mix of fine arts. Hey Dana, it's
see.
a mix of fine arts and paper crafting. And
Oh,
so
okay.
you have the fine arts people there with the canvases and all the types of paints and all the brushes and everything that they use in fine art, as well as the paper craft stuff. So you go around, and of course, the object for the vendors there is to sell. And I was contacted by a brush company because Creativation, sends out the list of people that are going to be in attendance. And so I got a cold call from a brush company, not Silver Brush, from another brush company. And they were asking, about our kits and our mixed media kit.
Mm-hmm.
And I wound up not talking to them, but later on, Silver Brush reached out, and so they sent me a sample of their brushes. I told them, you know what? Typically, I don't have brushes in there. Sometimes I'll include tools, like the one time I included the set of like the spatulas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in talking to them, it made sense. I was like, crafters, we're not really into our brushes. We'll find whatever's the cheapest brush, and we'll
Uh-huh.
use that.
Right.
But they made
Right.
a point. They were like, the most expensive brush that you will buy is the brush that's $1.99.
Mhm.
And the reason is because you keep having to buy that $1.99 brush.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they sent me a sample of brushes. I'm going to be trying out some brushes to see if any of these will work in our kits. Plus, like I said, some other fun stuff. Hi, Sylvia.
So
Plus some other stuff.
fun.
Like I said, some other stuff that we won't talk about right now, but it'll be on there.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, this was the kit that I created.
Uh-huh.
Um, but we're going to do something a little grungier, but we're still using the tags that were in the kit. And I pre-prepped this last night to cut down on some of the time,
Okay.
but I'm still using the resist canvas.
Uh-huh.
I'm still using the tag from the kit. And what I did was I kind of cut, because you can't rip canvas, and I love ripping paper. It's one of my favorite techniques, is ripped paper.
Right. Yeah. It is mine too. I love doing that.
So I took like some scissors and I tried to cut it like wavy.
Uh-huh.
So this is how we created the base. I cut two separate corners, and I wanted to have some of the cards showing. So once I cut the corners, I covered that part of the card, first of all, in clear gesso, because we are going to be using some shimmers on it. And then I took one of my favorite stencils and just kind of stenciled in that area. And I don't know if you can see it, but I overlapped a little bit on the canvas on both sides as well too.
Uh-huh.
So that's our base. That is our base. And
Yeah.
so from here, we're going to go and start to build. Is this close enough for you guys, or do I need to zoom in a little bit more? And
That's
so
amazing.
now what I've got are a couple of chipboard pieces
Sure.
from the store. And then I took these from the card kit this month.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Denise. And I also, a lot of the stuff I pre-prepped, I also did the clear gesso on these as well. And I'm going to be using some soft gloss gel to adhere this stuff. You know, my usual soft gloss gel, soft matte gel, it doesn't matter. It's a glue. And thank God look at that. I'm almost out of this. So we're going to go ahead and adhere the chipboard down.
Okay. All right. So I am going to make a couple of cards. And so what I did is I did some prep work already, and I am going to see about making a card that I've been wanting to make for a while. Okay. So,
Okay.
so I just took a strip of paper. This strip is about, let's see here. I just kind of grabbed one from my stash, actually, y'all. It is about 11 inches by 4 1/4. Okay. And then I took an oval die that I had in my stash. All right. And then I took one of the papers from the paper collection. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to cut this down actually. So it actually comes over that hole like that. But we're also going to stick in between here a acetate, what I want to sandwich, I guess is what I want to call it.
Okay.
So the acetate is going to be a sandwich like this. You're going to need 2 pieces of acetate. Okay. So I'm going to cut this one here. And I'm just going to actually set them like this. But in the middle of our acetate, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to place one of these beautiful flowers from the ephemera packet inside. Okay. And like I said, I've been wanting to make something like this for a long time. I just haven't done it yet. So I thought, you know what? This is a good opportunity to just kind of do something fun. So I thought, you know, some little flowers in between here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just, you know, just going to kind of play around with it. I mean, you can even add, you can even add this in here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, pretty.
That would be pretty, right?
Yeah, very pretty.
So that would be pretty. Let's see if it will work in our little sandwich thing here. And then you would just, I mean, of course, this is going to kind of cover that up just a bit. So I'm not sure that'll work. I don't know if that'll be the look I'm really going for. Let's see, because it's kind of, let's see here.
All right. And then I've got, more items that I'm just gluing everything down now. And like I said, I pre-prepped some of this stuff too. So like for this frame, it should be shiny like this, but it's got some clear gesso on it too. And I only did it in spots because the micas that we're going to use, I want them to sit on top of the black so you can see how they look differently when they're on black versus white. So I only did part of the frame. I just kind of randomly took my little stipple brush here that I'm using and went over the frame.
Okay. All right. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to cheat a little. So I'm bringing my little paper that I already cut the circle off of, and I'm just going to grab a little pencil, and I'm just kind of, bringing in maybe 1/8 of an inch from the sides here. And I'm going to cut those sides because I do want a little bit of a border around this. Okay. So I'm going to scoot everything over real quick. And I am going to just cut this down.
I forgot to ask who's got their cocktails. I've got my mocktail again.
Oh, you know what? I had my water. I don't know. I must have left it in the kitchen. So yeah, I don't have anything to drink.
I've got water too. I've got in this little one, I wanted something colorful for the live. So I've got watermelon sparkling water,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
mixed with a little strawberry lemonade sparkling water, topped off with a little bit of cranberry juice.
Oh, yum.
So that's my combo for today.
Yum.
All right, Dana's got our crystal light, so we're good. We're good. Whatever tickles your fancy.
Yeah, right.
So now I've got my frame on. And for my focal piece, my centerpiece in here, I've got this spoon. These are Prima spoons. We had these in a kit a while ago, and I never used all mine. But what I did was I filled it with glossy accents, and then I sprinkled in some chunky glass glitter in there and let it dry.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And so that's what we've got, the spoon with the glass glitter in it.
Nice.
So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere part of that to the center of my frame here.
Okay, so now I'm just cutting down my acetate. And again, you want 2 pieces. And the pieces are about 4 3/4 by, let's see, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. And then I'll tell you the card size in just a minute. So I hope everybody's been having a great week. Been baby
so far, so good. Yep. All right. And so that's the start off for our center focal piece. And we've got the spoon in there. And then I found this this key and wings in my stash, and I couldn't decide. I went back and forth about putting one or the other. And then I set one on top of the other, and I was like, why don't I do both? It fits the theme. Because remember, we're going for a little more grungy theme on this one. So it fits the theme.
So for your card size, it's going to be 4 3/8 by 5 1/2. Okay. But again, you can make this any card size you want. You don't have to do it, you know, the size that I'm doing it. So if you want to do a regular, A2 card, you could do that, whatever size you would like to do. I'm going to put that to the side.
All right, and now,
go ahead, Kim. I'm
sorry. I've got a bunch of these metal embellishments, these metal flowers. I found these on eBay years ago and bought a whole bunch, and now I can't find them anymore because they were so cheap. But I'm going to start adhering those. And as you can see, I'm putting everything down on the tag before we add any color to it. That should give you a hint of what we're going for here with this look.
So pretty.
All right. And then you just go ahead and layer your stuff however you like it. I fussed around with this stuff for the last couple of days to get the card the way I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had the urge to craft.
I know.
But I knew I had to get this done, so it kind of fulfilled my urge to craft by getting this stuff done, you know, prepping. And that's always a good thing, too. If you've got a project you want to do, but you feel like you're kind of stuck, go ahead and start prepping for it. And you feel like you're crafting, but you're also working through whatever you're stuck with.
Right. Yes. Okay, guys. So I have to get another piece of acetate because I put the acetate tape. The tape that I put on the acetate was too too thick. I didn't measure it, so it's kind of my own fault. There, so we're going to go ahead and just cut another one out here. So, what did I say? 3 and... Okay, let me go ahead and just cut one out. So, and a quarter.
Okay, so we've got all that stuff glued down. Ooh, my flowers need centers, so I've got some little pearls right here that I'm going to put in the center of my flowers. If they don't roll off the desk, one just rolled away from me. Get back here. There we go. We dump that in there.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now I can go ahead and put this on here. But you know what I'm going to do? I am going to get my thin tape. So when you do this, y'all, you want to use thin tape. Don't use thick tape. I used the 1.5 inch tape. So, and then you want to get it kind of close to the edge there. Okay. So just like this.
Okay, so we've got everything glued down that we're going to put on here for right now. And next we're going to go to, in the kit, we had shimmers, four different color shimmers.
Mm-hmm. They're so fun to play with, you guys. Oh my gosh.
We've got
I
a pink,
hope that you do more of those. Those were so fun.
A silver and a blue. And so we're going to play with these. But before we play with these, we're going to pull out some white gesso. And let me close up this gloss gel. Oh, no, before we go to the gesso, I know I forgot something. We're going to do our art stones. I keep them in a little container like this versus having the whole thing on my desk. It's a little bit easier. So we're going back to the soft gloss gel. And now we're just filling in art stones kind of wherever. It's the fun thing about art stones. They really don't have a home. Their home is wherever you put them.
Yeah.
And so grab a little gloss gel, some art stones. And we'll add some.
Who is all here? Who's all here with us? Let's see.
I know we have Denise and Dana.
Hi, guys.
And Sylvia. What'd you say, Sylvia? So we don't always No, you don't always have to color the chipboard beforehand because we're going to add color to this. Now, if you want your chipboard a different color than what you're doing, then yeah, I would say go ahead and color it first. But before you color chipboard with anything, I would say cover it with some clear gesso, only because chipboard is so porous and it will soak up and soak up and soak up and soak up your inks or your mist or whatever, and it won't give you that vibrant color that you're looking for. So I always, if I'm going to use mediums on my chipboard, I always put some clear gesso on there first.
Okay, so next what I'm doing is I am laying down my flowers, okay, and I'm placing glue. Since this is a bunch, it's like a bouquet, I just went ahead and put some glue down here on this bottom edge here, and I'm going to put some glue on this little edge here. But what you want to do is you just kind of want to sandwich this in, okay? So you don't want a whole lot of glue. Because basically once you sandwich it in, it should be like in there. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on there, just like that. And whoop, I don't think I got glue on there. There we go.
Yeah, Denise, you can always color your gesso too. You can
use
clear gesso or white gesso. And if you've got shimmers or something, these are always really good to color your gesso with. And then that way you've got you're taking care of 2 steps.
So next, I'm getting my second piece of acetate, and I'm just placing my tape again around the edge there. And on this one, you are going to place it on both sides, okay?
That's looking great, Debbie.
Oh, thank you. I haven't gotten very far.
It's still looking good. All right, I got one more place. I think I want to try and stick some beads here, some stones. Get my big old head out of the camera.
My head sometimes always gets in the camera. I'm like, sorry if my head is in the camera, but
yeah, I just did that.
I gotta see what I'm
doing. My hair, huh? Sylvia, gesso is like it's a
what do you
call coating? It's almost like a like you coat things with lacquer. What this does is it just puts a little light surface on anything that's porous, and it gives it the teeth or the grip to hold on to whatever mediums that you're going to use.
Like paint. So like for instance, if you're going to use,
it's a primer. That's it. That's the word.
It's a primer. Yep. So it's a primer. So like on your chipboard, it's great for on chipboard. Sometimes you can use it on wood, things like that, that you know that's not going to hold the color.
Or you know what? I use it if I'm doing a scrapbook layout that I want to do some mixed media on that layout. Like if I want to use a stencil and some modeling place or something too, it's good on paper too.
Right.
You can cover, you can do a light coat on top of your paper and let it dry. It doesn't take long to dry. Doesn't take long at all.
Yeah. Like, for instance, if you're doing a scrapbook page, you can actually put gesso on the paper because some mediums won't hold on to that, you know. So you put a light colored of clear gesso on it, and it will hold on to whatever color you put down on that on your pattern paper on your scrapbook page.
Exactly, because if you notice, once you spray mist onto paper, whether it's a card, a scrapbook paper, it just soaks it right in.
Right.
With the gesso on there, it prevents it from soaking in. Yeah, it just gives it like what they call teeth. All right, so I'm going to take some of my this is white gesso now. This is what I'm using now. This is not clear. This is white for this next step. And I'm putting some in my tray. Well, I need to put more than that in my tray. But I'm going to put some in my tray.
Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Maybe.
And then I'm going to add some water to it because I want to water it down a little bit. And if you don't have clear gesso and you want to put it on something that's got color, then just water it down some because it's okay to water it down. And so I'm just mixing this up to water it down some. I may have to add a little more water, but we'll see if I can get it where I need it to be. Because I got the super heavy gesso. You don't have to use super heavy. Regular gesso will be more than fine.
And you can pick up, I mean, sometimes the kits will come with the gesso for you, but you can pick up gesso at Michael's or Joann's. You can definitely do that.
Yes, you can. And it doesn't have to be any particular brand. No. Actually, what I do is I don't even buy it in the scrapbook section. I go over to the artist section.
Right. That's exactly where I get mine. Yep.
Look to see which one is the least expensive. Because gesso is gesso.
Yeah.
All right. So now what we're getting ready to start doing is we're taking the gesso, the watered down gesso, but it's still kind of thick. And I might have to water it down a little bit more, or I may put some more water here. But what we're going to do is we're going to start painting our metal embellishments now with the gesso. Because the other thing too is metal will not hold your inks either. So, And with instead of using clear gesso, I want to actually color some of my embellishments. That's why I'm using white versus clear. When you use clear, you'll still have your original color. But when you use white, it's like priming over a colored wall.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing here. And that's still a little too thick. I don't want it that thick. So yeah, we're just going over everything. And I'm using a light hand because my gloss gel isn't dry on some of these yet. So they're still a little loose. And yeah, I'm going over bits and pieces of the chipboard as well. But mainly I'm trying to cover some of the metals. So anybody got any big plans for the weekend? Crafting plans? What do you got going on?
Yeah, I got it. I got to craft. I need to get my stuff done.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've got kit reveal coming up next week, you guys.
Yes, we do. And you guys, oh my gosh, the May kits are just fabulous. I know I say that every month, but they are. Kim is so good at picking out all her kits.
We've got some new stuff in there that I ordered at Creativation. So we got that in the kits. Let's see, what else do we have going on for May? Well, right now that inventory sale is still going on, and it's only active till the end of the month, to the 30th. So if you didn't get anything, and I know somebody on here got a ton of stuff. I'm not going to say any names.
Oh, I can probably already know who that is.
But somebody got a ton of stuff.
So was it Sylvia? Was it Sylvia?
I'm not calling anybody out at all. As you can see here, I'm still just randomly going over stuff with the white. And I'm just trying to be a little careful too. Like I said, some of my stuff isn't dry yet.
Okay, so all right, I have a stamp here that I wanted to try. I don't know if it's gonna work the way I want it to, but we'll try.
Oh, guess what? I just got a notification as I'm sitting here with you guys that DHL has just dropped a box off here, which means that's the June stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yay.
So you guys, my designers, their stuff will be going out next week. I try and get them their stuff early.
Right.
Oh, and speaking of designers, that's the other thing. The design team call is still going on too.
I know, you guys. Don't forget about the design team, okay?
Right. Don't wait till the last minute and then you forget and miss the deadline. I've got a couple of applications in right now, but you know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. This
you.
one flower is giving me the business about taking this.
And then you can come up here with Kim and do live shows.
Right. We can get on together and have so much fun.
Right. Okay, I'm going to see if this works. I don't know if it's going to work the way I want it to.
What are you doing, Deb?
Okay, so I took my stamp because it's a full stamp. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I just did the thank part on here, and now I'm just going to do the you part. Now you do want to stamp on a scrap piece of paper when you do this, so that way you don't get it on the thing. See, you want to make sure it's not crooked. It's a little crooked. Didn't turn out quite the way I wanted, but that's okay. So I can either use that, or I think I'll use, excuse my little sound off dude there. Okay. I think I'll just use this thanks. I cut a bunch of thanks off, and so because I am making some thank you cards. For those of you that joined that, I know like Denise. Okay, so I know Denise is here, and I mailed out your package, Denise. Okay, so I just want to let you know I'm a little late with my stuff, and I haven't had a car lately. My husband has been going out of town quite a bit, so and my van does need some work done on it. So so I thought, well, uh, so I had my daughter uh, take the packages up there to the post office for me, and so got all that done. So I'm so happy. I can't wait till y'all get it because I put some little goodies inside. So, and thanks, Kim, so much for sponsoring my giveaway. I really appreciate it. Trace Jolie.
Oh, I kind of heard you. I'm back. I was on mute, you guys. I just pulled out the heat gun to dry the gesso.
Oh,
so we could move on. So I was kind of loud. I heard part of your giveaway. That's all I heard.
I said thank you to you for sponsoring my giveaway. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. I am more than happy to be able to sponsor you. All right, so here we are. I know this looks kind of a funky mess. And what happens is when you're doing these, first it's going to look pretty, then it's going to look funky ugly again, and then it's going to start to look pretty again. So now comes the messy part. We've got the shimmers, and I think for this one, we're going to stick with the pink, the purple, and the silver. And you always start with your lightest to your darkest color. And if possible, you can, you want to dry in between each layer. And the fun thing about these is once you open them up, it's got a little shaker there. So I don't have to pull this out and be all messy. And I can be a little more direct in my application for where I want this. So I'm going to start off and I'm just going to give it a shake directly onto the page. And it doesn't matter if I get it on the background, because remember now I've got my resist canvas there. So I'm going to have a design on the back of this as well. And you can't see it now, but there's some silver on here. And what you do is you take your spray bottle, and depending on how powerful your spray is, you keep it a little further away because you don't want a really powerful stream to hit it. So I'm misting from a distance. And as you can see, the color is starting to show. And if you don't get enough of your color because you sprayed it, just go in, like I'm hitting here and here, with a little tiny thin brush. And I'm making sure that all that shows. So I didn't put a lot of silver down, but there is some silver there. And it's kind of hard to see right now because it's not dry. So I'm going to mute again. And like I said, remember, you want to dry in between your layers.
Okay, so I finished up the card, and you can, one thing I forgot to do was when I was cutting this out, I was just mainly thinking about the front of the card, but you can definitely go ahead and cut another piece to place on the back there so they don't see, that mess back there. There's not a mess, but you know what I mean. So it just looks really polished and finished when you open up the card. And so there you go. So that is our see-through little card. And I just thought that that was so fun. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to share this with you and use some of your scraps and some of your ephemera on making cards. So I hope you guys like that idea. So the next thing I wanted to share with you real quick was you can use your stamps with your little shaker shimmers, okay? And how you're going to do that is you're going to go ahead and grab your Versamark, okay? And I'm going to have to mute as well. You're going to go ahead and grab your Versamark, and you're going to go ahead and just place that all over a stamp. Okay, I'm choosing a large stamp. You can choose whatever stamp you want. You don't have to choose a large stamp. I just chose this one because I thought I had a birthday coming up and I really need to do a birthday card. So I'm going to grab, a sheet of paper here.
Okay, so my silver is dry. And you can see here, it's a little shimmery. That's the silver shimmery here. And on some of these, I didn't go in too heavy with the silver because it's more of an accent color. But now the pink and purple, and my pink's a little messy here. So, but I want to go in heavier in certain parts with the pink. And you guys will definitely be able to see this.
Pretty. I love that pink.
Oh, this pink is so pretty and vibrant.
Isn't it? It is. It's so gorgeous. Okay. Hopefully I'm rubbing this down hard enough. Okay. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. And I am going to, yep. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my clear embossing powder. And I'm going to go ahead and just put that all over. Okay. Just like that. And it's okay. I didn't get much of the middle. I don't think I got much of the middle. So, but I got around. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute this real quick and I'm going to heat this up.
All right. So you can see where I put all the pink at. And like I said, I was going heavier with the pink, because the pink and the purple are really going to be some of our main colors. So now you see where I've got all of this at. And now, again, I'm just going to take and I'm going to spray from a distance. But I want to melt in all my pink, but I want it to run a little bit too. So I'm going to start a little heavier at the top and a little lighter down at the bottom. And again, I'm going to take my brush. We can use a little more at the top. And then I'm going to do this to get it to run all over the place. I'm also going to take my brush that's got some water on it to get in some of those spots where the sprayer didn't. And I'm just helping distribute that color all over. And then what I'll do too is, before I go to dry this, I'll see if I want to add any more pink anywhere. And I think I do. So I'm going to go back with my shaker again, because I wanted a lot of pink in the middle and on top of some of these flowers here. So, and then another little light spray again at the top. And then I'm just going to take my brush again and mix in where it didn't mix up. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry this. Debbie's back.
Yep. Okay.
You can hear her. Yep. Didn't want to leave you guys on mute with both of us.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to grab my little mat here. And now you can, like I said, this is watercolor paper that I'm using. Okay. It is, I think it's by Tim Holtz, or see, it's either, let's see here. Which one did I grab it from? Craft. I grabbed it Craft Perfect. It's Craft Perfect from Tonic. So, and I'm going to do some pink and blue, and yeah, I might just do all the colors. I might just do that. I don't know. So, so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and just, I'm going to sort this. Okay. And Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just pounce this around. So fun. And put it over here. Oh, you need to open the top first, you guys. Okay. Okay. And next, I'm going to do some of this gray. I love this gray with the pink. It makes it look so, so pretty. I love it. And you can go ahead and let it drip, okay? You can do it that way, or I like to kind of paint it. So, and I just grab a brush, okay? And I just kind of swirl it around in the water and just kind of mix it in there, okay? It's totally up to you however you want to do it. It is super, super fun. The other thing you can do is grab your napkin and just kind of pounce it down once you wet it. And you can actually see the color, okay? So you can see here. You can see the writing around, okay? So fun. But I wanted to share with you that you can use your stamps as well to get, to do cards or to, use your own stuff. I think it's always fun when you can use some of the items that you get, with your stash that you've already got. So.
All right, so you guys, I've got the purple on. You see I went in really heavy with the purple because I really wanted the purple to be one of my main colors. So again, I'm doing my light spraying. And I'm going to take some more water. And again, make sure that I get this the way that I want. And the thing is, you just keep layering until you get the colors that you want. And you get the definition that you want. But again, you see the purple in here. And then what you can do too is, you see a lot of my black frame is being covered. Before you dry it down, just take a paper towel and blot a little. And then go back in and work it the way you want it to evenly distribute that. And then we're going to hit the dry again.
Okay, so I'm just grabbing the blue and I'm just going to add some more blue to this. So, the one thing that I want to share with you real quick, and I know you guys have seen my videos when I did the video on this, how to use the shimmers when I did the tags for Mother's Day. And if you didn't see that, you can definitely check it out. So let me wash my brush. It's got a lot of purple on there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to squirt that down. But I wanted to share with you how you can use paint it on your card. Okay. And let me see if this brush looks pretty clean. I keep a little cup of water over here with brushes that I've used previously. So they're always kind of wet and clean. So I can just grab them and I don't have to search, I don't have to go up top and search for all my stuff. So here I'm just painting this blue on. Okay. And you can do it this way too. So just add some water in there mix it around, and then just kind of dab it in there. Definitely.
I added a little more pink and a little more purple, and I'm going to go back in and dry it.
So that makes a really nice background. And I didn't color the middle part because I'm going to stick some stuff in there. But I really think that that makes a really nice little background there. So we're going to go ahead. And I just wanted to share this with you because I thought this was, something that if you have the mixed media kit, could definitely, like I said, use your own stamps. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to let this dry, okay? So you want to definitely let that dry for a little bit. Put that to the side. Okay. Hi, Kimmy. Hey. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Oh, bye, Dana. I probably missed her. Let's see here. So, did anybody get the mixed media kit or the card kit this month? Just kind of wondering.
Okay, so now we've got our pinks and our purples in there. And you can keep doing this over and over until you get the desired effect that you want. I kind of like it like this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to move on to go ahead and finishing this off. This didn't take long because I did some prep work, like I said, the night before. But what we're going to do is, I think, I don't finish off a project unless I add splatters to it. And I've been using white, but I think today we might switch over to some black. If I can get my black out.
Let's see here.
Oh, I think I need another black, but I think we might also throw in a little bit of gold if I can get a working black. I think this one may have dried up. No, it's showing. It's just not picking up. And I like this one.
Is that Black Jess? What is that paint?
This one is Black Star Waterproof Indian ink.
Ooh, nice.
And I like that one better. All right, we got enough out, it looks like, for us to do some splattering. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take my little fan brush and we're going to swirl it around in there. We'll tap some off in the container, and then we'll start adding our black splatters. All right, our black splatters are done. And then the next thing, I found this cute little, says limited edition. So we're going to go ahead and add that to it. And we are just about done, you guys. This has been a quick one. So, of course, I'm going to take my soft gloss gel medium. And we're going to stick it in like right there. We've got that. And then I've got, where did they go? These fun little, just corner accents. They're little metal pieces. And I didn't want them to, I wanted them to stand out. So I didn't put those on so they didn't get any medium on them. And we're just going to randomly toss those in. I've got 4 of them. And I didn't forget, you guys, we do have some giveaways. We've got 2 giveaways. The first giveaway is going to be your choice of the tag. You can have the dark and grungy one, or you can have, if you missed the beginning, this was the light and shabby chic one that we kind of did, and it says build your wings. That was the first one we did. But we've got this little grungy, shabby chic purple pinky thing going on here. So you can have your choice of that. And gosh, I didn't think of it real quick. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to give you a multiple choice, and this first one that gets it right will have their choice of tags. How's that sound?
Yeah.
And it's going to be multiple choice, so you don't have to rack your brains too hard. Because I remember I did a couple of these, and it was like it took a minute for us to find our winner because, you know, my age was showing.
Yeah.
So I think our first one is going to be, okay, so I started scrapping like in 2001. Actually, I started scrapping the year my mom died, and that was actually the reason I started scrapping, was to preserve those memories from all the photos that we had.
Right. Uh-huh.
All right, and so here's your card. And back then, there were only a few of the direct mail scrapping companies. There were 3 big ones back then when I first started. There was Close to My Heart, there was Creative Memories, and there was Stamping Up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
So one of my friends was scrapping using one of those, and I started, you know, kind of on her with just the shaped pictures and the stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved on to one of the other ones. I found that. So basically, I found stamping and figured I could do a little bit more. And I wound up becoming a consultant for one of those. So I just gave you one clue as to which answer this is going to be. So it's going to be easy. It's just got to be whoever's quickest on the keyboard. So who was I a consultant for? A, Creative Memories. B, Stamping Up. Or C, Close to My Heart. You get that, you get the tag. No winners so far. Let's see. Nope. Nope.
What,
so I narrowed it down for you.
What was B?
B was Stamping Up.
Okay.
All right, you guys. So here's our tag. Here's what it looks like. And it's kind of heavy, believe it or not. But I think some of that is some of the water that actually it didn't really soak into the tag because we put gesso on it. So if you look at the back, you've only got the water from it getting on from the table. But once it dries, it won't be as heavy. Okay. Sylvia was the first one to answer C. Correct. I was a consultant for several years for Close to My Heart, and I was my biggest customer. I didn't make any money at all, but I
was a demonstrator for Stamping Up, and I was my best customer too. So
I've got tons of Creative Memory stamps. I mean, Close to My Heart stamps downstairs. And so when I first started scrapping, I had a friend that was scrapping, and she was doing Close to My Heart. So I kind of narrowed it out for you that way. Not Close to My Heart. She was doing Creative Memories. So that was all the shaped stuff that we did. And I moved on. And so, all right. So Sylvia, which tag do you want? Light and airy, dark and stormy. That's what I'm calling them.
Light and airy.
You
That's
want to
good
build your
though.
wings, or
That's
are
so,
you a limited
so pretty.
edition?
It's so pretty. Oh, I like those.
Yep. So these are these. And this one I closed the hole in the back. I covered it. So this way you can kind of display it. You can sit it up on a display. Okay, Sylvia wants the light and airy. It's all
Oh.
yours. It is all yours, sweetheart. I'm going to set that aside and I will put it in with your kit. How's that? So we've got one more giveaway. And unfortunately, we've only got about 5 more minutes left because both Debbie and I have got to be out of here, or at least be off by 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, you guys, let me know. I might have to move dates because Thursday is typically date night for hubby and I. So I don't want to be rushing through these things with you guys. I want to stay and have some fun. So if I had to switch days, and I'll try and keep the time the same if I have to switch days, unless I have to switch to Wednesdays. If I have to switch to Wednesdays, I'll have to do this after 6 o'clock because we have Bible study on Wednesdays. And so I can't miss that. But Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, if I had to switch, which one of those days would work better for you? Let me know in the comments, you guys.
I'm good with either Tuesday or
okay.
Wednesday.
All right. So I don't know if some of you guys missed the first part of it. I got some brushes from a company. I was gifted these brushes to try out to see if I want to put some of their brushes into some of our mixed media kit. Are you guys interested in trying out some different brushes too? These are really higher end brushes, and so you won't have to keep replacing these as long as you take proper care of them. And if I include brushes, then I will definitely let you guys know how to take proper care of your brushes. Like, don't do this. Don't let them sit in this like this. Don't do that.
Yeah,
that's a big no.
That's what I do.
And I do it too. And if I'm switching over to these brushes, then I have to keep reminding myself that no, you can't do that.
Right. Yes.
Plus we've got, like I said, we've got some great stuff coming up. We've got, like I said, the inventory sale ends at midnight on the 30th. So if you want to run back, if there's anything that you've seen here today or anything that you wanted to try out in the past, head on over. Most of the stuff is up to 50% off, depending on what it is. And like I said, that ends Tuesday night at midnight. Our May kit reveal is on the 1st. Mm-hmm. So make sure you're following us here on YouTube so you can see our video unboxing. And then make sure you're following us on all of our other social media so you can see everything that we post. And also, if you've got any suggestions for things that you want to see, I think for our next live, and it feels like I haven't done one in a while because we missed last month because I was at Creativation. But for our next live, I may take a project that I started almost a year ago and see if I can finish that off. How does that sound? Instead of us always using something that's brand new, let's go back into our stuff too, because I know we all have a stash, and create some stuff with what we've got in our stash too. Maybe once every other month or so, I'll do, we're going to work with our stash and create something from our stash.
Okay.
If I can get you a list beforehand, maybe you guys could follow along. That would be a lot of fun. What do you think, Debbie?
Yeah, that sounds good. I've got tons of stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got tons of stuff too. And we can keep it basic. Like you wouldn't have to have the exact paper line.
Right.
But I could tell you, say if we did a layout, I could say, okay, we're going to do a feminine layout. So pull out some of your feminine stuff. And you know what? Maybe we could follow a sketch. I could post a sketch. I haven't created a sketch in a while, but I'm sure I could still do it. Like we create a sketch and we all create from that sketch together. That should be fun.
Good. Yeah, that would be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, and we've got one last giveaway, and you know the last giveaway is always the biggest and best giveaway. That is going to be a gift card to the store. Sylvia, you've already won, so
you're out, girl.
On this one.
You're out.
You're out on this one. Oh, there's my timer telling me my time is up. Stop. No, we're gonna do our giveaway first before we go. This one is for a kit. Not a kit. I'm sorry, a gift card to the store, and I'm going to keep this one simple. This year, my husband and I are celebrating a big anniversary, our wedding anniversary. And I'm trying to do this off the top of my head because I didn't write anything down for our giveaways. It is a big one. So are we celebrating A, 20 years, B, 25 years, or C, 30 years? That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's so quiet.
Because we're all thinking.
Come on, hop on in here, you guys.
I don't know what I think it's C, but I don't know. I might be wrong. No. I don't know. I'm torn between B and C. I am.
You know what? I thought these were going to be easy because they were multiple choice. And it seems like Denise is the only one playing.
I know, right? She's like, A.
We've got more people on. Come on, somebody pick.
Come on. Is Kimmy still here? She's not playing? Oh my gosh. Who wouldn't want a kit from the store? Oh my gosh.
Well, it's a gift card. It's not the kit. It's a gift card, but you can use it for anything you want. Right? Yeah. All right. Denise is our winner with C. She went through all of them. We are celebrating 30 years this August.
Yay!
All right.
What date is your anniversary? Do you mind me asking?
August 20th.
Oh, August 20th. Okay. Okay.
Well, Sylvia, you weren't the only one on. They're telling us we got 5 people on here, but
yeah,
that's okay. So I am done. I see Debbie's wrapping it up.
Yep. I'm just playing around. So
okay.
I'm just playing around.
Thank you guys for coming to the live.
Thank you guys.
I really appreciate you spending their time. Oh, great. How many years for you, Denise? I appreciate you guys spending time with us. Hope you enjoyed the projects. And if you guys, congratulations, Denise, 28 for you. Yeah. If you've got any ideas for anything you'd like to see us do on live, you know what? Let me know. You can DM me. Let me know in the comments. I always go back and look and check out the comments. Those that came in late, it'll be up for you to review the whole thing if you like. But you guys have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. And you know what? Maybe I can get some crafting done with you guys this weekend and we'll see you there.
Awesome.
Deb, you want to show them your project there before we end this?
Oh, okay. So here is the little birthday thing that I did with my own stamp and doing the clear embossing with the shimmer shakers. Okay. So this was just to show you that you can use your own stamps with your shimmer shakers, which is really awesome. And then the other card that we did was this card using some scraps and the rest of our ephemera in the middle with some of the acetate. So, so that's how that turned out. And then, of course, the inside. And like I said, you can definitely go ahead and cut out, another sheet of pattern paper and put that on the inside to make it, more finished and everything. So there we go.
All right. And these are our 2 tags. And we are all done. So again, thank you guys. Thanks, Debbie, for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Kim, for inviting me.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. See you later. Have a great weekend.